Yeah, well, that was the point that I was making initially, is that not having regeneration just because I've got 1 tile or 2 tiles of swamp doesn't really make much sense to me. But I did want to try it out because chat was quite keen on seeing, or at the very least, everyone was pointing out, "Oh my god, you've got regeneration and there's a swamp, you're going to die!" I disagreed, or at the very least, I felt that it was much more likely that we were going to die if I didn't have any form of regeneration. But, you know, sometimes it is important just to try these things, because you don't know until you try. Oh, and thank you very much for the hype train there. Abyssus with the Prime sub. Diolch yn fawr iawn. In terms of if I leave now, I go back to camp. We'll try and take on these two and see what they're like. They only do 15. That one does 29. We might be okay, depending on the which ones we attack first. Oh no, we may be about to go down. We are close to death, like ultra close to death now. If I had another Oblivion, I'd clear it, but we don't. Oh wow, all of those. All of the bits! Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you're all enjoying the stream. I mean, I assume you are, given that you're supporting it monetarily. I'm going to leave now. Because if we do another fight like that, we die. Whereas if we leave, we'll keep 60% of our resources. If we die, we only keep 30%. So, time to retreat. Also time for me to blow my nose, because it was getting a little bit stuffy. Hype train! Roth, Kia, Kai. I have no idea. Thank you so much for the 13 months. You'd expect that I would know at this point. Either way, Roth, thank you so much for the 13 months. And Sexy Beast Games for the 24 bits. And Dustily for the Prime sub. Breezerin for the 500 bits, and Space Junkie for the 105 bits. My lord, we're already up to Hype Train level 2 and 7% of the way to Hype Train level 3. I challenge you to do a run with nothing but Blood Grove battlefields. Anything else you need to meet the minimum. Okay. Yeah, we did say we were going to do a bit of a silly run next. And, I am nothing if not an Aavak of my word. I could unlock the smithy. I don't think there's much point to it, though. Let's just start a run with basic warrior gear. And that leads to the smelter as well. But no, I really think this is what we need. We need 1 more metamorphosis. And sadly, still 5 more stable metals. If we had 2 more woods, I could get the refuge. Or 1 more stone and I could get the cemetery. Matt, thank you so much for the 11 months. I had to get in on this. Welcome aboard the Hype Train. Blood Alchemy. In the next run, can you try to make a mountain peak with only 9 rocks? I want to see if it works. Sure, I can do that. Baxi, you're gonna take Smithy so you can have weapons at the beginning of expedition? Right now, no. No, I would prefer to get the supply depot or the cemetery right now. So I think we're just gonna go back out on another expedition. But first and foremost, we're gonna take everything off so that I only put a few things back on now. Grove, Blood Grove. Battlefield. And anything else you might need to meet the minimum. Well, given that then, I'll take Village. I have to take Rock and Meadow. And I need 1 item from down here, so I guess I'll just take Treasury? I suppose I could just take Oblivion instead. Oblivion or Treasury? Endlight. I can no longer see the hype train. I caught the start of the stream one, but I can't see this one. We are up to 40% of the way to hype train level 3. Yet another login. Thank you so much for the gift sub, mate. That was really, really kind of you. Thank you. And Firebear for the bits as well. Well, Dapper rip this one. Either or, really. I'll go with Treasury and just see how far we can get without Oblivion. Alright, this is going to be a very, very interesting run, to say the very least. Alright. The first couple of fights will give us our initial starting gear. We don't need the smithy for that. The first couple of slimes will give us everything we want. Let's have a grove right there. I really enjoy auto battlers, I'm going to be honest. Now, we wanted a mountain peak which I could completely surround in meadows, so we'll be doing it over here. And again, we're going to be doing it without using mountains. Is the size of the loop always the same? I think so. Maybe it's different for different acts, though. Nightly Prophet, thank you very much for the 32 months, mate. Greetings, everyone. Greetings to you, too. How's your day going so far? Amini, thank you very much for the bits. Or watched from one hype train to another. Not too bad. See you in YouTube comments. Like usual, take care. And thank you, by the way, so much for all of the comments you leave. They help more than I feel comfortable really discussing in videos or anything like that. It's one of those things where I don't want to sit there and explain what I feel everyone already probably knows, because I know it. Even though the reality is probably quite a lot of people don't necessarily know how the ins and outs of YouTube. But it really, really does help. Oh, Jake Toady, thank you so much for the 10 gift subs, mate. And Terra Kittens for the 100 bits. Oh, thank you all so, so much. That's an enormous amount of support. We are 99% of the way to level 4 on the hype train now. Another grove. I'll pop the grove. Village, 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 grove. Let's maybe not take it that far. 3 villages in a row, I think is good enough. Though that being said, if I have 4 villages, I don't have any vampires. Oh man. That would have been amazing. I could have hit 4 villages at the same time. 3 villages at the same time. Oh well. Latoric, Aavak, if you've seen Lathrix's quote-unquote subtle reminders that he leaves in his vids, I don't think anyone would mind silly things like that. I believe I know what you're talking about. Like random signs on the bottom of his vehicles in front of deaths and stuff, yeah. But thank you so much for that enormous gift bomb there. And Zarkwan for giving a gift as well. That's very, very kind of you. And Sweet Orange Bunny with the bits as well. Oh, diolch everyone. Right, we want a battlefield. And we're going to pop this battlefield right there. I'm saving the meadows for that though. Shadowstar, thank you so much, mate. Right, plenty of rocks. Let's pop these all down. Got a ring, got a sword. Okay, we're gonna want another grove, I think. We want both stone and wood for where we're going, but we also want a lot of metal. So, assuming we can get our builds to the point where it can survive, we're going to grind until we've got just a lot of metal to take back with us. Mimic? No. Phew. Or an enemy drops a gun for Aavak. If an enemy drops a gun, Aavak's going to be quite surprised. Okay, regen per sec? Sure. I'm okay with that. Attack speed? I mean, I'm a bit less okay with that one, but sure. Slowly building it up. We'll see if a 3x3 of just rocks will give us a mountain peak. Okay. Defense, regen per sec, and vampirism. I accept. Low values right now, but we'll get there. Another village. I'm going to hold on to this village. Well, actually, I guess it doesn't matter too much. Sure, I'll pop that village there. Oh, right, of course, yeah, bandits. The reason why I was going to hold on to it, I don't want the ones that are going to be in sequence to have the same turn that I need to turn in a quest. Like if I'd placed this village there, then the next path through, I'd have picked up 2 quests, one in sequence. I would rather wait for one full cycle. Then when this one, I pick up a quest from this one, I place the new village down after I've passed it. So when I turn in a quest on this one, I pick up a quest from this one. Then I turn in a quest on this one, I'm picking up a quest from this one. So on and so forth. Gives me a little bit more to do on each cycle. Adadak, thank you so much for the 500 bits there, mate. That was really kind. We're 34% of the way to a hype turning level 5. Time for us to drop a little bit of something over here, I think. Still waiting on the rocks to finish this off. Oh my lord, all of these meadows. For real though? At this point, I'm actually thinking that I'm going to start building this up on this side. I may as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for the support on that hype train. Please do feel free to display your hard-won hype emote in chat. An increase on defense, not too bad. Okay, up to 15 to 23. Still a relatively basic weapon, but it's not going too bad. Turn to 1 healing each day. Okay, now we're talking. We'd lose the vampirism. No, I kind of like the vampirism, honestly. Regen is much better on this. Yes. Accept. That was fantastic timing. That was absolutely fantastic timing. That poor slime. Right, okay, here we go. Yes. Yes, it does. Absolutely works. Do the ghost chances stack? I don't. Typically, if something stacks, it tells you. And it hasn't mentioned that, but I don't know, is the honest answer there. Ooh. Yes, please. I wonder if it would tell me it was a mimic before I actually struck it. Counter of 9%, no. Vampirism 7 there. Ooh, I would lose a good bit of defense though. 7 more vampirism. Yeah. Yeah, I want the vampirism. Christopher Hayes, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. That's really, really kind of you. And Zathris, thank you very much for the Prime sub as well. Diolch yn fawr, pawb. Magic damage. I don't really want to lose the regen right now. That is a lot of gifts. The Dapplings are crazy generous. It is known. Right. Attack speed? No, don't really want that. We're on loop level 4 now. Vampirism of 16%. I think so, yes. Now it's a vampirism of 23. For those who are wondering why I'm not adding more rings, these slots, unfortunately for this particular class of character, they are not they're not available. I can't put anything in them right now. I really do feel, given how frequently that question gets asked, though, that the devs probably need to consider making it a little bit more clear. A lot of people ask about that. We can't make more Harpy Mountains, at least as far as I can see. Oh wow, that was unexpected. This quickly, very unexpected. I will place it, but... There's a lot of health there. Sure, let's just dump it into max health. Vampirism 6%, but counter? Nah, I don't think so. There we go. Regen, not really what we're looking for though. More meadows. Right. Continuing to stack up max health. Regen, no. Evasion 17. I mean, that's nice, but no. There we go. One metamorphosis. Those empty slots are raising many questions because people are watching and not playing the game. If they played, they could mouse over it and see clearly. But if you watch, you can't. That is also a completely fair point. Yeah, and it did cross my mind when I mentioned it. But generally speaking, this is just a design philosophy. But a thing should impress upon you how to interact with that thing without you having to test it. It's one of these things that they teach you in university. And they'll use a really common example that you might think, well, you know, like a door handle. Let's say like a door with just a doorknob, not the sort that you turn or something like that. If you need, like if it's a glass door or something, and you need a sign that says push or pull, it's poorly designed. You shouldn't need instructions. The handle or the door should effectively impress on you how it's meant to be used, without you needing to be taught. A well-designed door, it's obvious, one way or the other. If, for example, a glass door, if there's a handle on one side, but you can see on the other side, there's no handle, there's just a plate. That's already told you everything you need to know. Okay, I need to pull on the side of the handle, I need to push on the side with the plate. So you are right, people could just hover over it, but they're having to do something to gather additional information. A well-designed interface doesn't need you to interrogate it for more info. No, I don't think so. Well, yeah, I mean, it's regen per second. It's just a flat upgrade in that regard. That's too much of a damage drop, I think. We've got a ghost. And we've got our first blood growth. Wow, it's taken a while to get through this. Oh, we didn't get a new ghost. Much sadness. Okay. Let's have a blood growth there. Another example that my professor used when illustrating this kind of general philosophy with regards to design. Buttons and switches. If you had a button by itself is ambiguous on whether you need to press it and it toggles, like it's a toggle button, or whether you have to press it and hold. A switch leaves no inherent question. You flick a switch, it's flicked. Now, sometimes the switches do actually need to be held up, but that's running contrary to what's obvious. At that point, it's not intuitive how to use the thing. It's not just that it's not giving you information, it's kind of acting against what you would assume. Sorry, I need to spam Aavak. I have to go to bed now. Please record and put on YouTube Stonehearth if you do play it. I will... I mean, if I stream it, it will be going up on my second channel. But those were examples that were just like curiosities. They were specifically used because they're things that we use and we, you know, make do with every day. You know, there's no real great conundrum with them, but it's an interesting example to offer to get you kind of thinking about that sort of stuff. We need so many more meadows. So many more. Now that looks nice. Yes, please. That was a flat upgrade to our weapons. Oh dear. What about a big red button then? Also, salutations. Hello, Alpha. I mean, a big red button just begs to be pushed, really, doesn't it? No, we don't want that. Boss Harpy, 216 health. On level 5 of the loop. Also, we can take something. Skilled Armorer. Or Somersault. We haven't got any evasion just yet. Armor is increased by 1 after every loop, though. I would love it if these were retroactive. Second thoughts. Get a new set of 3 traits. Doesn't spend points. That's wonderful. I wonder if that only happens once. For an adjacent roadside tile, when placing a tile, damage increased by 20% for the defense value. Honestly, I would have preferred the defense just slowly going up. That would have worked well with dominant mass. I'll take dominant mass though. It's interesting that that's there. So that tells me that that's probably a one-time selection only item. Okay, we've got some more rocks. We don't really need them right now, though. The lack of varied enemies is really making this run possible for us to get through. Ooh, thank goodness. Let's get these down. Also a new town. Wow, that town is getting ruined by bandits. Poor townspeople. I feel ultra bad. Like, for real ultra bad. Damn. It's already going to be a difficult one as it is, but yeah, we're going to pop it there. Vampirism 7%. Plus 8 counter, regen, damage to all. We would drop so much vampirism with that though. Oh, townspeople. That's a bandit village at this, but you might be right. Sadly, I realize one thing. We're not going to be able to test whether we need flowering meadows for this place or not. Magic damage of 9 is actually quite good. That actually makes that more powerful. The odds! Really? My lord. Okay, that was an interesting bunch of quests there. So many rocks. It does just say chess. It doesn't say mimic. So if that becomes a mimic, we now have our answer. It does. Okay, so it only becomes a mimic when I actually attack it. Very interesting. 7% vampirism again, but a really nice bit of regen though on that one. The magic damage would be good, yeah. I don't feel it right now. Okay, so at the very least, this doesn't work if we have just regular meadows on the sides. More testing necessary to find out the other answers. Vampirism 12, counter 7. Losing 4 vampirism for counter is not too bad, because counter will mean, ultimately, that we get more vampirism going off. I would lose 7% vampirism here. That's too much to lose. But that is a double defense. That is tempting. Solidly tempting. Plus the damage to wall. But no, we're not going to go with that one. No. Oof, those hits though. We just had to use our first potion. However, we're now going to start feeding this forest. With all of these bandits. They should be fed to the forest. Brought this on themselves. They have no one to blame but themselves. I definitely want more mountains in place. There we go. It's got a decent amount of maximum health now, but still could be better. Hey, Bentham, how you doing?